We stay together. We keep going. You see the results that we get, right? We're taking it one game at a time. That's it. Sunday, 6:30. Okay? Love y'all. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think we're playing at a comfortable level because of the uncomfortable situations that we've been in this last 6-7 weeks. It's almost a sense of or a breath of fresh air, knowing that everybody's in the same position that we have been. Win or go home, and to be in that situation, like I said, the dividends that it's going to pay off. I think you kind of saw that tonight. We were cool, calm, and collected, and nobody blinked, and we just kind of went out there and did our job, and we're going to need to continue to do that.
We were there in Western New York on a Monday night when they lost to Denver, and it looked for all the world like their season was probably going to end with the regular season. It doesn't. Monday, Josh Allen's 6th career playoff game with at least 200 yards passing and 50 on the ground. Hell, he had more than 50 on the touchdown run. That's double the amount of any other player. On the losing end, Mike Tomlin asked about the play of his quarterback, Mason Rudolph, who helped get them to the playoffs.
I thought he was solid. I thought he was competitive. I thought his confidence was unshakable. I thought he displayed the things that he displayed really for the last month or so.
Anyone?
Mike, you have a year left on your contract.
Ryan Clark, you're laughing at that. You obviously know the man, Mike Tomlin, and you know the Steeler franchise. That was our Brooke Pryor that asked that question about the future. And by the way, in the future, an Eagle will speak. You know the drill here. We would bring you sound from them. No one has spoken yet. I imagine that locker room in Philly is a lot to sort through there. So more coming on the Eagles. For the Steelers and Mike Tomlin. He's been a rock for that franchise, never had a sub-500 record. They get to the playoffs. The future for them, big picture, treetops, what does it look like in your estimation?
Obviously, the first domino to fall is whether or not he's going to step away. If you listen to what Adam Schefter reported before the game, that's going to be a conversation that Coach Tomlin is going to have with his family and the Rooney family as well. And I think once that decision is made, that's the domino that now creates what you're going to do afterwards, because this team needs to figure out who their quarterback's going to be, Scott. You heard him answer questions about Mason Rudolph, and it's good to have a guy that's competitive. It's good to have a guy that you can believe in, but when you're looking at the other sideline and their quarterback is Josh Allen, it kind of shows you that you don't have what it takes at the position. And so if you look at this team, I believe a quarterback is next, and then filling out this roster around him, because what we've seen through these last few weeks is in some of these important positions, you do have really good football players. You have a physicality you can have as an offense and a defense that can make plays. But without the guy pulling the trigger that has the talent to go up against the Mahomes and the Joe Burrows and hell, now even the C.J. Strouds and Lamar Jacksons, you can't win in the AFC.
This will be a year, we're having this conversation. I think it won't take 5 years. In a couple of years, people were going to forget, like, how many different quarterbacks played significant roles for teams, in some cases, who made the playoffs. Then next week on the other side of the ledger, you're going to have Mahomes, you're going to have Allen. You get Buffalo and Kansas City. But this time, they play in Western New York, and they play in the Bills' home field. Yeah. So often, it's been the Arrowhead Invitational. In what appreciable way, if at all, is the game different because of the venue?
This is different because for all of the greatness we've seen from Patrick Mahomes, this will be a level of greatness he's never been asked to have. He's never been asked to go on the road in a hostile environment and lead his team to a victory. If you remember, after the AFC Championship, after that epic divisional matchup, we started calling this the new Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, right? Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. We've only seen it on one field in the playoffs. Now we get to see it in Buffalo. Now Bills Mafia will be screaming when Patrick Mahomes is trying to make plays late in the game. When Josh Allen gets that energy going and the momentum gets behind this offense, Bills Mafia will be pushing this team to elevate their game, and the Kansas City Chiefs will have to combat that. You said in the trailer, you said something to me that resonated. You said, I'm not doubting him. I've just never seen him do it. And now we get an opportunity to see Patrick Mahomes do it.
And I want to be clear, as a fan of sports, I just think when you're anointed as a future GOAT, and that's absolutely what Mahomes, the trajectory he's on, at some point, You just have to have a road playoff game. I'm not saying you got to go on the road for the whole thing like a Manning did or a Flacco did, but just play a playoff game. He's never had to do it. And I'm so anxious to see what the guy's got in the bag because I believe he's got plenty in there. We haven't been asked to see it.
But the amazing part is that he can have his bag full, and Patrick Mahomes can play the most Patrick Mahomes-like game that he wants to,
right.
And Josh Allen can match him. That's what makes this exciting. It's not that Patrick Mahomes is going on the road and playing a team that we feel is outmatched or playing a team that hasn't had its back against the wall or playing a team that doesn't have a transcendent talent at the quarterback position themselves. This is going to be Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, two of the greatest talents we've ever seen at the position, once again in the playoffs for all the marbles. And I love what Josh Allen said. This has been our predicament the last half of the season.
For months.
It feels good that it's everyone else's now as well.
Yeah, I thought that was very well said because it has been, including, by the way, a trip to Arrowhead that they had to have because they didn't have any wiggle room and they got it. And now they'll get to have it at home where presumably there'll still be plenty of snow for those folks to chuck in the air when the time comes.